Now, you are welcome to this important press conference of the concerned ex-employees of GN Savings and Loans Limited, popularly known as GN Bank then. We have called you here to put before you our concerns and problems that we have faced over the years since the revocation, and also to convey through you our plea to the authorities. In addition, we want you to use this, your medium, to passionately appeal to the President of the Republic and the Governor of Bank of Ghana to consider the restoration of the banking license of GN Savings, or GN Bank as we all call it, to enable we the employees, customers and shareholders to go back to work and regain our livelihoods and that of our dependents. Now let me give you a brief background of what has happened and the reason why we are here. Today is exactly 4 years since the banking license of GN Savings was revoked by the Bank of Ghana. On a day like today, that is 16th August 2019, the Governor of Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, announced to the public that the operating license of GN Savings or GN Bank has been revoked after the bank has been reclassified from a commercial bank to a savings and loans company by the central bank. It has been 4 years of pain, wailing, hunger, stigmatization, joblessness, destruction, and suffering. However, we say ayiko to all those who believe in the dream of GN and have stood for the ongoing process of rescuing the bank, which was popularly called the People's Bank. Now, GN, until the revocation of the license, provided employment to over 3,000 workers before the onset of the financial sector crisis. We were 3,000 strong workforce. The workforce comprised of about 1,750 who we called mobile bankers. This category of employees were mostly young people with senior high school qualification. Many organizations will not employ them, but GN provided opportunities to these young people to have a head start in life. They were trained to offer financial services to many Ghanaians outside the mainstream financial sector. They offered banking, insurance, and pension products to the unbanked population. Those who were able and were interested to further their education were encouraged and supported by the bank. They come back with higher qualifications to take on higher responsibilities in the bank or move on to other places. The rest of the employees consisted of graduates, such as the people that you see here, from tertiary and other professional institutions who had acquired various skills and qualifications in their chosen careers, but with no jobs for several years. GN provided the avenue for them to be gainfully employed. Now, I'll talk a little about our customer base. At the time of revocation, GN Savings had over 1.3 million customers of different backgrounds and income levels. GN facilitated ease of doing business through our wider branch network by connecting suppliers distributors, retailers, and other businesses safely to conduct their businesses conveniently. For example, we designed a special product that facilitated payments by traders to avoid the risk of carrying large sums of cash and getting attacked by armed robbers on our roads. So what we did was that if you are coming to Makola or any part of the country to transact business, you deposit your money at GN. Wherever you go, you withdraw the money. After doing your transactions, if there are some left, you deposit and go back. So you don't carry cash. That was a product that we were offering to traders and travelers as well. GN was instrumental in collecting and depositing sales proceeds from even state organizations such as GOI in most of their remote locations where there was no nationally networked bank. So for institutions like GOIL, they are operating fuel stations at the rural communities where they were not banked. We were collecting the proceeds and deposit them in their various banks. So GN's banking model was aligned to the government's agenda of deepening financial inclusion among the unbanked and deprived communities. The bank served a lot of communities with public and civil servants in areas where there were no banks. We provided salary, pension, and leave disbursement services to many beneficiaries. We became known as the People's Bank and were everywhere in Ghana. So I'll talk about our branch network. GN established 300 branches of different sizes across the country. About 200 of these branches were constructed by the shareholders to demonstrate their commitment to promote savings culture and deepen financial inclusion within the indigenous communities and provide job opportunities for the youth. And wherever we go, because we have gone there to build our own offices, meant that we're citizens of those communities and we have nowhere to go. So that was one of our strategy to get the community to accept us. We go and build our houses and live with them. Now, our nationwide branch network brought financial services closer to the doorsteps of the ordinary Ghanaian. For example, the bank was located in areas such as Sefiwiesu, Narigu, Damango. These are capitals of Western North, and then Northeast and Savannah regions. We were also at Wachiao in the Upper West, Zebila in the Upper East, Saboba and Welensee in North, Joloputa and Adakluwaya in the Volta region, Busunya in the Nkroza North, Daboase in the Mpoho district of Western region, Akim Mansu in the Eastern region, and many other district capitals where GN was the first financial institution to get to those communities. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the situation and this is the model that GN Bank operated across the length and breadth of this country.